this.
No, I was always using the... Oh, I've got you live. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine. I've not said anything I shouldn't.
Ah.
Attention, fans. No swearing on stream.
Darn right.
A tee
Hehe. Yeah, sorry about that. Internet's a real word.
That's okay. I just had to reset the entire stream because I'm still on the previous. Have you stopped it and restarted it?
Yeah, well, it starts a new one each time, which is annoying.
Ah, right, yeah. So sorry, I was on the previously cancelled one. I was like, it hasn't really advanced very much further. That's cool. Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that, everyone. Might happen again.
What are you doing cleaning up today?
Yep, cleaning Sonic because he's a bit dirty. All those chili dogs.
I think this is the first time I've ever actually seen you doing any cleanup.
Yeah.
Look at all those vectors.
It's beneath me, clean up work.
Oh, man, I really wish Illustrator and Photoshop were that easy to adjust when it comes to vector lines. It would make my life so much easier.
Oh, what, you mean you can extrude points from them when...
Well, you can, yeah, but like the way you're doing it is just so seamless. You don't have to put anchor points everywhere like you do in Illustrator. Even though I'm just using Illustrator wrong.
You can do anchor points here, but I jumped that stage because
I hate the anchor point system so much. I hate the pen tool. Anyway, I'll be quiet and let you carry on.
No. Talk. Complain away. We've got to sound like two old Englishmen.
We can do that without complaining. All I have to do is go, "Ow there!" You know, I already sound like an old bugger from Yorkshire.
You're the best old bugger from Yorkshire there is. So.
The problem is, I'm not even from Yorkshire.
You faker.
They may not even be able to hear me. I just suddenly realised I'm on push to talk. Last time we did this, we had troubles.
Oh. So, can you...
Might have to quickly tweak that.
Chat, can you hear Nex talking? Yeah.
That's a question, yeah, completely sorry. Okay, I'll have to tweak that in a moment. So you might have to do without me for just a little bit.
How am I gonna... Wait, is that better? If I talk like that?
I think it's me, because like I said, I'm on push to talk, and it gets a bit choppy sometimes when I do that.
Okay. Good old Groovy Jake. Groovy is asking who's there. It's Keith. Keith. And Nex. Cuppa Nex. How many names do you go by?
That's about it.
Okay. I think we got it sorted. Let me just get off this live stream and get on the other one.
You've got no music playing. At least I don't think you do.
I do, but I turned it down.
Oh wait, I've got the YouTube muted. That's why, so that we don't get the feedback.
Ah, yeah. I did that mistake a few times.
Oh. Yeah, sorry, Slacks. It's a function of Discord. We're using Discord to do the actual chatting, and when I'm on push to talk, it sometimes mutes me or makes the signal somewhat degraded. I don't know why.
Well, it seems they can hear you now. And I've just upped the music, so probably it's too loud. I don't know. It's fun, these streams. Technical issues.
Wouldn't be a season 3 Discord stream without them.
No. Shows how professional we are. Okay, we're professional artists, not professional YouTubers. If that helps. Disclaimer.
Now I just feel really, really inadequate because of all those streamers out there who are, the people on Picato and whatnot who are like, yeah, I'm going to do like a 4-hour art stream. It'd be really entertaining on stream at the exact same time as being awesome at art. Radical, man. And I can't believe I just said that unironically.
Well, don't worry. You tick a couple of those boxes. That's fine. It's the 2 out of 3 rule. The eyeballs. Wonder if I can steal some eyeballs from a next previous. There we go. Copy, paste, way. Actually, having a good time with this my keyboard of mine. Imagine using animate without any of the number keys, or the delete button, or some other random keys.
Yeah, Keith, you should tell the stream exactly what happened to your normal work setup and the wonderful jury rigging you had to do to get a new setup working.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, it all started on a Wednesday day. I was intelligent enough to I set it up with a couple of months before I start a new job, and have to be present for the working in a studio, online presence, not like in real life presence. Anyways, they asked me, do you have your own computer? Is it powerful enough? I'm like, oh yes I do. Then they were
I'm
like,
laughing to myself right now.
then they were like, do you have Adobe Animate, or shall we get you a license? Oh, don't worry about that. I've got my own copy of Adobe Animate. So, and then they ask, what was the third one? Well, anyway, just ask me about all these things if I'm ready and prepared. So the Wednesday before the Monday that I begin work, my computer, I take my computer in my backpack, which isn't waterproof, important note, to a studio that I've rented out to do this new job. And just a sec, technical difficulties. Just a second. Sorry about that. The joys of sharing a house. Where was I? Yeah, it began to rain that day, and my computer got a little bit damp. And I had to get a little bit of work done, so I thought I'd turn it on. Yeah, the power cables seemed to not work very well. And it seemed to have destroyed the battery in my computer. That was good fun.
The part I liked was when he had to bust out a really old laptop, which he then had to quickly get up and running again, bust out his old Wacom tablet, and realised that his stylus didn't properly work, so had to flip it around the pen and use the eraser tip, which is usually like 10 times fatter than the actual drawing tip, and use that to draw with.
Yes, thanks. Sorry, I got that interruption really destroyed the flow of the conversation. Let's see. No, not you next. I meant, life here.
Oh no, I can destroy the flow of a conversation without any interruptions. I'm more than capable, don't you worry.
No, great. So yeah, miraculously the computer decided to start functioning again after a week. Well, no, from that Wednesday until the Monday morning of trying to fix it and try it out and use it for the few seconds it had some energy to transfer data across, and then get my old computer, try and install the software, which I spent a day and a half trying to install Animate, because I had, of course, it's not a simple case of downloading the program and installing it. The Creative Cloud that comes with Adobe didn't work. Oh, it was fun. And then I had to, then I had the extra graphics tablet, which I had to use the eraser side of a pen. Oh, it was a mess. But now everything kind of works, apart from the Bluetooth keyboard, which I think also got damp, and some of the keys don't work too well. In fact, I was supposed to clean this out this weekend, but I didn't. So I might just buy a new one Monday, because it's getting a bit annoying to work with this one. Anyways, that was it.
I'm honestly surprised. Yeah, I'm honestly surprised you, when you started the new gig, you didn't immediately just go, "Let's just splash out an upgrade." But I suppose that's the perils of working in the animation industry. Some people think it pays loads and loads and loads of money, but
yeah, that's the problem. I'll buy it. Oh wait, I'm an artist.
yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I got an awesome new job working for an animation studio. I'll buy a Ferrari. Oh wait, I'm still buying ramen for dinner.
Well, thankfully in Italy here, good food is cheap. I don't mean to eat out, because that's still quite expensive. But I mean, you can buy very healthy, organically grown, blah blah blah, food, nice and cheap. You gotta know where to look though, because in the south here we've had I don't want to get all political, but I guess it's not political, it's historical. Most parts of Europe decided it was a good idea to use the mafia here to help them dump their toxic waste in the 80s. Looking at you, Germany. There's this place called La Terra di Fuochi, which means the land of fires, and it's called that because you start a fire there and it doesn't go out, so because of all the toxic fumes coming up from the ground. And sometimes La Camorra, the mafia here, like to use that place to invest in crop fields, or fields of tomatoes or whatever, and then find a sneaky way of selling them out the country and not say where they're from. So I mean, you can get healthy food, but you can also get deadly toxic food that will give you cancer and kill you. So you've got to be careful.
It's kind of funny. Everyone always thinks that the mafia are only interested, in like casinos and stuff like that. But yeah, the amount of cartels and mafia groups that like invest heavily in agriculture in strange areas—it's kind of nuts. I
Yeah.
remember hearing that the Mexican drug cartels are actually heavily investing in avocados and are involved quite heavily in like illegal clearing of the rainforest because avocado crops are just such big money makers.
Yeah, well, they have no bias against how they make money as long as it's evil.
Mafia is the original Robotnik.
Oh, it wouldn't be animate if it didn't crash.
For a second there, I thought you were going to go, hey, way to bring it back around to Satam, man.
Please stand by.
Here's a good one for you, Snug. There's also a sand cartel.
Sand cartel.
Yep, they're involved in illegal dredging of riverbanks to produce really fine quality sand that can be sold for concrete and like concrete manufacturing.
Oh, Gino. That's how I know it as. Yeah.
So yeah, the Sand Mafia. It's a real thing. It sounds like something that should be out of Star Wars, doesn't it? The Sand Mafia.
Oh yeah, I'd imagine like wearing little cloaked cloaks and little electric prods going around going.
You're not gonna knock. You're not gonna.
Yes, I am. Not sure what though. Ah, Chernobyl. Yeah. Luckily, nothing's blown up here. Only the volcanoes. I think we got the.
Well, in fairness, you've got a pretty famous one over there in Vesuvius.
Yeah, but that's.
Wasn't Mount St. Helen also in Italy? Or close to it.
It's Vesuvius. That's Naples. It's right where I am. Though there is a lovely. That's just its the baby brother. You should see its sister. She's massive. It's like 10 times bigger. And if that thing she's underground still. And if that thing goes off, we can say goodbye. If you thought Pompeii was a disaster, woo. Okay, where are we? Did I save? Yeah, I think I saved. All the frames look the same.
Don't want you to have a repeat of what happened with me in the cloud.
I think I can hear myself. Are you wearing headphones or... Oh, your cloud instant. Yeah, you can tell them that.
I'm not, no.
Okay, because I sometimes hear myself. And it's painful on my ears because I sound horrible. But it's okay. It only happens every now and then.
Are you back up? I'm still seeing the standby screen.
Oops. Haha. Thank you. And that's why we pay you. Actually, we don't. But that's why we would pay you. Wow, someone's shredding. Am I allowed to be doing this music? Yeah, it's still Sonic Heaven. Cool. Ah. Is Sonic's nose wet and shiny? Who knows?
Boom, boom.
Ha. I'm hilarious.
Although Dukester, Reggie is not part of Season 3. Reggie is making the SatAM RPG fan game. Different group.
Oh yeah, cool fan game indeed. I still haven't played. I still haven't played the 2 chapters. I've seen the trailers and everything. I'm like, oh, I got to play that when I got some time. So yeah, never. No, I'll get some time eventually. Someone in the chat asks what the intention of Sonic Sat AM is. To continue or complete the story. And I can definitely say without, I mean, the person to answer that is Eric, the head writer. But yeah, it's to finish the story in one season, just to get everything nicely packaged up and completed, so we can all feel good. However, if Netflix comes along with a big sack of gold and says do a fourth season after hypothetical third season, then they might twist their arms. Who knows? Nah, the intention's to finish the season, so we can all rest in peace. Ah, fingers. Gotta love them. Sausage fingers for the Sat AM crew. Well, actually just the Sonic-y characters like Sonic and Tails have sausage fingers. Sally actually has little pointy fingers.
Bunny's got both.
Yes, greedy. Wait, has she got both? I think she's got stubby.
She's got big sausagey nubby ones on one hand. She's got slender ones on the other.
Not too slender. I mean, like Sally's got actually little nails, pretty much. But yeah, that robot hand.
Of course, it depends which one you're going off of. There's that wonderful episode which is like got pipe cleaners for fingers, just socketed right into a forearm.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
Speaking of jelly beans, will the Mean Bean Machine make an appearance? Now, here's a question for you, Dukester. Are you talking about the Adventures game version, or are you talking about the coffee machine?
So I'm playing chicken with a point on Sonic's belly that just doesn't want to disappear. Let me just delete the whole lot. Ah, there we go. Well, that was fun.
No, not I am mean again. Why, Derek? If you get in contact with Tim, he actually drew I am mean recently. I think he did it for Halloween.
Yeah, and he sang. Oh, it was wonderful.
Oh, and Daniel, you might not be too far off there. I mean, Disney themselves have started to do a continuation of the 1992 X-Men cartoons. So yeah, it's not too far fetched.
Yeah, we just gotta get in on the action as soon as possible. I think I missed a question there, so I'm just guessing. We just check. I'm mean bean. Huh. Okay. Alright, let's continue. Nubby fingers, more nubby fingers. The animator on this scene was, well, it still is a beast. He did an excellent job with this little action shot. And so was the cleanup artist while he was still on it. He did some lovely tween work, though he could only go a little way through the scene.
Here's a question for you, Keith, before you carry on. Do you want to explain to everyone what tweening means?
Oh yes, for those who don't sit at a desk 8 hours a day, uh, bending little imaginary lines on the screen. Um, Tweening is an abbreviated term for in-betweening, but it has a slightly more specific uh, identity, I guess, can be a word that I'm going to use, and I don't care. Let me just show you. In-betweening is creating a drawing on the timeline between A and B. So, well, let's say A and C, because unless we invent another letter on the alphabet. So, the computer, but it's something a computer does. So, we would put one here, or as many as we want, really, I don't know. Just in betweening. Computer does it. Oh, I'm terrible at this. Would you mind explaining while I continue poking lines about? I'm terrible.
Not a chance, mate.
Oh, fair enough.
This is your stream.
It's my stream, and there's as much. I'm hosting it.
I don't do much. I don't do much when it comes to animating. I'm still very, very, very novice, so I still don't fully understand the terms. So sometimes when I ask you to explain stuff, it's as much for my benefit as others.
Oh well, I'm sure you know what in betweening is. It's
yeah. Is it the concept that you've got your key scenes where and then you have to fill it in with the in between shots to make the whole thing move smoothly.
Rather than scenes, frames. So, frames are individual drawings. Well, no, not necessarily, but okay, you've got your scene timed out in feet, which is a foot is a second on the old projectors of film. So you got, the old, this is drawing, the old projectors the old films you used to see on cinemas, reels, where they got all these little images on one long piece of film. Acetate, I don't know, I guess just film's the word for it, isn't it? Anyone recognise this? Well, each one of these black pits is a frame, and they go past at a very high speed. Sorry if I'm sounding patronising to people. To create the illusion of movement, much like a flip book, with light projecting behind them onto a screen. So, say we've got an image here, a frame down here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just take an arbitrary number of frames here between that. Well, on the computer, we can make a drawing here, like a circle, and put a circle on the floor here. And the computer will draw or move each individual, or it will try and interpret that movement to fill in these frames. Tweening is just, well, that's in betweening, but then tweening is computer assisted in betweens, and they was it Flash, Macromedia Flash, when it first came out, coined the term. Well, I didn't coin it, invented it. I hope that makes sense, though I am garbage at multitasking, so but that sounded silly. Better confuse more people than cleared anything up.
S-Lax do we use Git or some kind of version control system? I have no idea what that means.
I know what Git is, but I'm pretty sure it's not what he thinks.
In terms of the British insult, probably not. But
Yeah. The one often heard on good old shows like Red Dwarf. Oh, I love this jazzy version. Boom. Cool. People are not highly confused. What a relief. They're more intelligent than I. No, what was the question? Use Git or some kind of version control system? That you'll have to explain what that is. Slacks. So it's a double S, so I have to go snaky. Slacks. Oh, he's also a Brit. Yay! Yay for Britain. Without getting too imperialist or colonial. Yay for gas gits. So what is Git? I'll wait for the answer. Here's a question for you, Nex. Has Nex seen series 12 of Red Dwarf?
he has not. He kind of petered out at series 8.
You got to catch up.
I remember
then.
being really, really enthralled for season 7 when that came out, along with everyone else. Was a bit let down by it. Went into season 8, and I was like, yeah, and then just kind of fizzled out at that point. I really need to go back and see it because apparently the latest series were much, much better.
Season 7 was pretty alright. 8 was a bit, yeah. Some of those episodes were a bit cringy, like that Crichton TV show episode. Ooh. But yeah, apparently they get a lot better. Have you read or listened to the audiobooks?
Depends which ones.
Oh, you listened to
watching,
any of them?
I remember listening to a couple of them. I don't remember which ones they were.
Oh, probably the first ones, is it? Infinity rewards careful drivers or something like that. I'm sure someone's going to correct me in the chat. Oh, okay, we got an answer for what Git is. But it's a technical answer. So, version control basically means a system that keeps lots of different versions of what you're working on, so that if something goes wrong, you can go back, revert to another version. Like, oh, no, I haven't. So if I crash, it's gone. I think that's what you mean.
Oh no, we have another anti-Dulcie fan.
Fans of being anti-Dulcie.
I'm convinced it's some kind of like passionate fan club within the fandom. You know, it's not you can't call them a hate group because like not many people will go to bat for Dulcie. So I'm calling it a fandom, an anti-Dulcie fandom.
There we go. I'm part of that. It's fun to pretend to dislike the character. I actually did dislike her when she came out. It's like, who is this character? Where's she come from?
I warmed up to her later on, like towards the very end of of season 2. I kind of warmed up to her as a character.
Yeah.
Just because it's like she. It wasn't even so much that there was a niche that needed to be filled. She was more or less just comic relief. But even so, you just kind of warmed up to her after a while.
Yeah, she was a little bit too clumsy. For believability's sake.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of felt like she was stepping on Antoine's shoes in that regard.
Hmm. Here we go. I have been corrected. Thank you. Infinite welcomes careful drivers. Oh, it wasn't far off. Backwards and Better Than Life. Yeah, those two. Yep. Oh, I love Better Than Life in the audiobook. It goes, I mean, Such a rubbish budget for the actual show. Ah. So yeah, the books. Pretty good on that one. So, any idea what you read? I think we lost Next for a second. So, trying to get a cat to not attack you while typing. Ah, getting cats to not attack you whilst typing. You got any salmon handy?
I don't think it's physically possible to stop a cat from doing that. I mean, the amount of times I've been playing a particular game and all of a sudden someone will just type garbage into their keyboard and say, "Sorry, cat walked across it."
I have a pet peeve with... Oh, not pet peeve.
Really? Does your pet peeve walk across your keyboard?
Ah, groan. Ah.
You walked into that one.
Well, I'm gonna walk out of this one. Stream's over. Bye, guys. No, I'm just kidding. Flies.
And once again, the day has been ruined, thanks to me.
It isn't my computer blowing up. It's Nex. Groan. No, kidding. Flies. Flies walking across your hands while you're playing an intense game of Smash Brothers. Smash Bros. Smash Brothers. All in top
Showing
hats.
your age with that one. Playing the Smash Super Mario Brothers.
I am not old. So yeah, this is a tween. I use tweens for this part. So everything on here is a tween. And then I just... because I'm the king of tweens. And then the original cleanup artist on this scene does a bang up job on the robots. I don't know if I can show it off here. Swatbot 1. Yeah, he did some amazing... Oh, let me just get rid of the
There's a question for you.
original
The
animation.
spinning of Sonic's legs, is that something that's handed over to like an effects group, or do you guys animate that as well?
Ideally, yeah, well, it's part of the cleanup artist's job to do that. So I just asked them if they could stick it in Photoshop for those frames, export the frames and import them back into the scene, or export them separately, where they could get a dry brush effect. Much like the old Tom and Jerry cartoons, where when you see Tom and Jerry running around, and if you look at the smear frames, the blurs, they use a dry paintbrush effect to get like the blurs and everything. It's really nice, old cartoon technique. So he's trying to mimic that on his feet when they're running really quickly. Let me just hide a layer. Whoa, here we go. Goodbye. Check this out. Oh. Here we go, that's better. Yeah, look at that tween. That's a tween, computer assisted. Took some skill,
You're
though.
going to have to give us a moment there, Keith, because you've got a bit of a delay between what we can hear and what we see on screen. Well,
So
at least I do, because I'm obviously hearing you in Discord and looking on the screen, but you've just popped the swap bots up, so I have a moment for it to all catch up.
Yeah, it did a great job. Harder than it seems, because the computer is not very intelligent. So it doesn't know what to do with all these lines. Even though it's pretty obvious to us humans, the computer goes, you're gonna have to spell it out letter by letter. So you have to really make it easy on the computer. And then it goes, oh, okay, and does a great job. Smooth as butter. Right, let me just hide the Swatty bot number 1. Swatty butt. Where was I? Let me just combine layers. Yeah, here we're not going to do the brush effect on this bit. But where will we do the brush? Try brush effect.
Well, S-Lax, let's pray that we come up with let's pray that we come up with artificial intelligence soon, because there's certainly bugger all available at the moment.
Ah, you are quoting Monty Python.
I am indeed. I'm quoting Mr. Eric Idle.
He got a lot better at singing in his old age.
You're implying he wasn't good at singing?
He got better at singing.
Fair enough, I'll let you off.
I think it's because of all the Broadway or whatever London theatre he's been doing in the meantime. Because I saw, everyone's seen the old Monty Python sketches, but then they released at the same time a Universal Monty Python live skit, which was excellent. I saw that in Germany, and I think everyone in the world saw it at the exact same hour or same time. It was great, but of course they were all a lot older, and Eric Idle was knocking out these numbers, these tunes. I was really impressed. Sorry, my brain's gone to mush. You'd expect a voice to get worse in the age, but nope. All that practice has been paying off. Good song though, the Galaxy.
That's the one Duke's do, yeah, the Galaxy song, yeah. Hello there, Ridley.
I think I might update my Twitter. With the new.
Yeah, those of you who don't, but do use Twitter, you might want to follow Keith. He actually puts some of his old stuff up on there, and some of his old Sonic 2 animations are really rather cool.
Or not following me, because I'm pretty rubbish with Twitter and don't have anything decent or new up there.
To be honest, it's the people who very rarely upload, but when they do upload, they upload gold, are the kind of people I enjoy watching the most.
Oh, well, I fill up everyone's timelines with liking random stuff and retweeting.
I'm sure Megan would have something to say about how that's terrible for the algorithm or something along those lines and kick your ass, but...
And she'd be right. My ass does need kicking when it comes to Twitter. But, I'm not an online personality or anything, so it doesn't matter.
Not with that attitude.
It doesn't matter. I get all my work is... Oi, we need you to animate something and make it look nice so we can make lots of money. Okay.
Yeah, but we could have you do that with, a face cam with your shirt off, and then we get an awful lot more money. But no, you fought us every step of the way.
Yeah, I think we'd lose many viewers that way. But yeah, now we're...
Only the undedicated ones. Come on, guys. Hashtag shirtless season 3. Get it trending.
We are not making a calendar.
Who said anything about a calendar?
Who's November? Cold? Oh, I have to be Chief. He's up in Canada. Lines. Let me just turn my magnet tool. Or assist. Lines.
why not Facebook? I think really we do have a Facebook account. It's just that the Chief is the one who normally runs that one, and he's worse than me and Keith at social media combined. There is definitely a season 3 Facebook, though. I have just no idea how often, when it was last updated.
I think it was abandoned due to more modern social medias-ness.
That's it. I know full well we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we are on TikTok now, aren't we?
Yeah, we're on the Tickety Talks.
Oh, God, please don't ever call it like that. You do make it sound like you're like 180.
That's the plan.
We're on the Tickety Talks.
On the books of faces. Or the Fez book, as the French call it.
Not quite, Dukester. I was more pushing for the whole idea of a season 3 calendar, but instead of the characters from Saturday AM, you unfortunately just get the people who have been animating it. So, Keith.
Well, not just animating, do all the other important jobs.
Now, each month is just Keith taking off a different item of clothing.
Like I said.
Somehow, I think that would probably lose us all our patrons.
Yes, it would. I'd get us a whole load of new patrons, but
that's
yeah.
what OnlyFans is for.
Exactly. But I'm not sharing my account on here. Ho ho ho. Just kidding. Disclaimer: I do not have an account.
That just honestly reminds me of something that Chief actually linked me. He just out of the blue, the middle of the night, he just goes, "Hey, Nex, check this out," and links me to a Pornhub account.
Should we say saying that on this?
You think, why are you sending me Pornhub links? But it's just a Taiwanese maths professor.
Wait, what? Anyway.
Like, literally, it's just the guy's account is just full of nothing but him teaching math lectures for like 2 hours at a time. It's fantastic.
Well, he knows where all the kids go these days. Catch them. I don't know the idea behind that. Anyway. Probably not safe for.
Yeah, it's probably not season 3 material, but it just reminded me of that, so I had to put that out there. There you go, kids. If you want to learn some serious math equations and some Cantonese at the same time, there you go.
Mandarin. Not Cantonese.
I thought Taiwan spoke Cantonese.
Nope, I'm sure they speak the common tongue.
That is Cantonese. Mandarin's the language of the court.
No. Mandarin's Putonghua, which means, forgot what it meant. Something that lots of people speaking.
Oh, I thought it was the other way around. I thought Cantonese was the more common dialect, and I thought the more common language. I thought Mandarin was like, considered like posh.
No. Cantonese is Hong Kong territory. Guilin and all that lot. Guilin. Mandarin's everywhere. And it's actually named. Wait, what's the definition of it? Common people tongue or something.
Right, Keith, just be right back 1 second. I'm just going to quickly go grab some coffee. So, you entertain the masses on your own.
No.
Try singing.
Try being the operative word.
I don't know. I think you could probably do a very passable Eric Idle impression. Try singing "Always Look on the Bright Side of Life."
I wish I could whistle.
Actually, there's an idea. Why don't you talk about, just while I quickly go grab some, why don't you let the guys know maybe how far we are along in the animation process?
Oh, okay.
Because I know people are always asking, like, oh, how long is it until it comes out? So maybe, obviously don't put a time and day on it, but like, how far along are we?
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yes, Florencia, we are indeed doing the 3rd season of the cancelled Sonic the Hedgehog Saturday AM show.
Well,
anyway, over to you, Keith.
Yeah. We're making a pilot episode, if that's what we've got all our attention on so far, which we're hoping will help get us real funding to knock out the other episodes, in a lot more timely manner than forever. Why is this doing that? It's making a weird noise. Silly computer. Yeah, so that's the idea. Pilot episode. Get lots of money. Otherwise, we're just doing this in the meantime, getting this done as we can. We've got about 100 seconds of fully animated and cleaned up stuff, but we're going to go a lot faster than that because we were just preparing lots of scenes for the trailer, which is being the compositing should be finishing like a week or so. And it's looking really nice. Got a for those who didn't know, we've got a compositor who's worked on the Sonic the Hedgehog Paramount movie, doing some nice scenes for that. And compositing, for those who don't know, is when all the animation and cleanup and all the ink and paint stage has been done. We export everything out. Why does my computer keep making weird noises? No, I'm not. Okay, there we go. And all the backgrounds and characters and shadows are all put on the same levels, all into the same scene, and a camera movement is added, and the colours and shadows and everything get adjusted. And there's some lighting effects, so if there's a torch or something flaming away, the compositor will add some sort of light effect that will flicker. Can also add ground shadows by flipping the characters, making them black and blurring the shadows. And that sort of visual effects stuff. Adding shines here and there, just to make it all a bit more polished. Compositors are great. They make your scenes look yummy. And yeah, and we plan to just keep oh yes, so it may not sound like we've done much, but we're going to, as soon as the trailer's done, go into a proper workflow where we focus on the very rough animation first. Sorry, this is a very distracting track. I'm gonna get rid of that. Goodbye, music. People talking. Ugh. Let's see. Yeah, Sonic CD music. This should be good. Right. Yeah, where was I? Yeah, proper production like pipeline where we focus on all the rough animation or the layout, the key poses first, which are the main storytelling drawings. For like an example, if the story is someone's walks into a room, goes over to somewhere, picks something up and puts it on a shelf, and then gets called by someone and runs off. The main storytelling drawings, which show the main composition, the nice character drawings. So this is like top artists that work on this to direct everything. Would be guy walking into room, so he's on like a contact position where like heel hits the ground, one drawing, and then another contact drawing of where he will stop, or she, the character, hypothetical character, leaning down, picking something up where their hand actually picks up the object, them standing up and placing the object somewhere, hearing someone, looking over the shoulders, they hear someone, and then starting to walk off again, and then finish, and then, the frame before they leave the screen. Those would be the main key drawings. Then after that, we have like assistant animators filling in the drawings to get the movement done. Then we'll pass it off onto cleanup artists to clean it up and add the colors and blur effects. And then we'll have an effects animator do all the dust and fire and water and all those wonderful things you see, and lasers getting fired, because a lot of them in Satam. and we'll have it on a like pipeline. So the cleanup artists and assistant animators will be working after the layout artists have done their magic, and the backgrounds will continue because we haven't stopped doing backgrounds. They're going to be continuing to slave away, making, painting and drawing beautiful backgrounds, where they get a whole section each, like you can do Knothole, and you can do Robotropolis, you can do this area, and you can do that area. Anyway, let me look at the chat. Sing the Samurai Pizza Cat scene. No. Next wants us to sing, but I don't know why. Who are the space pirates? Ridley the Dragon asked, you guys should join the space pirates. I honestly have no idea who or what they are. So you might have to enlighten me about space pirates. Arr! That's my pirate impression, for those wondering. So, Ridley the Dragon, say something way past cool. Sorry. You're barking up the wrong tree. Anything lined up musically? You mean me and Next singing?
I'm back, baby.
Hello, they're wondering about singing because someone put into their minds that we were going to sing something.
Oh, no, we weren't. Keith might. I suggested that he could do that to pass the time. Oh,
Yeah.
the Samurai Pizza Cat's theme, man. It's a show I've not really looked on again in decades. Man, I'm showing my age there. All I can remember is a bit of we used to go Samurai Pizza Cats. That's it. Don't know the rest of the lyrics. It was weird.
Something to do with pizza.
Robbie Rotten from Lazy Town. No one can do Robbie Rotten from Lazy Town except Robbie Rotten. Rip.
Oh, did he pass away?
He did, yeah. He had cancer, bless him.
Cancer's a horrible piece of poop. But yeah. That's a shame. I never really saw Lazy Town because, you know, I'm old. And when it came out, I was no longer a little kid. But it did look funny and interesting and a great show for little children.
Oddly enough, my only experience of Lazy Town came from a metal band called Ailstorm. They did a metal cover of their Pirates song.
Oh, wow. That must have been cool. I mean, cool. Maybe cool's not the right word.
Oh no, it was amazing. It was absolutely fantastic. It's the kind of thing you can sing in the pub.
Well, there's a lot you can sing in a pub if you have enough pints down ya.
Oh, but it's the kind of thing you can sing in the pub and not be embarrassed.
Oh, I'll have to see that. Definitely not on a live stream.
Sadly not appropriate language. But that being said though, the band Ailstorm also did an absolutely fantastic song. I'm trying to remember who it was who did it, but the guy animated Donkey Kong Country to it, and it was so freaking good. That's the one I showed you where I said that's 3D, and you're like, no, it's got to be 2D. Oh, it turned out it was 3D.
No, was it? I can't remember.
It was, yeah. The guy was it was 3D, yeah.
Are you sure
nuts.
it's 3D? I'm pretty sure, still pretty sure it's, to check it out. Did he actually say it was 3D?
I'll link you the stuff that basically goes over how he did it, but yeah, it's nuts. But yeah, it's 3D. Absolutely crazy.
Wow, it looks like 2D, you know, Toon Boom stuff. Harmony.
Yeah, he animated Donkey Kong Country almost like in a Don Bluth style. Is it Don Bluth? Sort of a Don Bluth, a modern Don Bluthy style, putting over this Ailstorm song, and it was so good. If you're ever interested, look up Crystal Coconut.
Yeah. Suffice to say, it's good. Wonder if Chris, I forgot his name. The blokies that worked on Donkey Kong originally from Rare. Wonder if any of them have seen it. Probably.
Well, the guy apparently did it based off of the less than well-received Donkey Kong Country animated show.
I received it well.
I can't say I've ever seen it. I've heard that it was memed upon something fierce, though, in later years. But yeah, apparently that's what it was based on that stuff.
I like that. Back in the day when we had good. I wonder when we're going to get some more TV shows based off video games. I mean, Undertale, that would make a pretty good TV show.
Well, I mean, they kind of tried with some of the movies recently. Remember, they did Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
Apparently that bombed, though. I've not had a chance to watch it, but apparently it didn't do very well. It looked nice.
Yeah, there's been plenty of movies lately, like that Detective Pikachu one.
That was fantastic, Detective Pikachu. I've actually only watched that recently, but yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
Very predictable, though.
Yeah, the ending is a bit meh. But, I mean, the whole novelty of adult voiced Pikachu was pretty fun. Sorry, adult male voiced Pikachu that loves coffee. I can see why you liked it now.
Yeah, the coffee-serving Ludicolo is my spirit animal. But no, Lord Dukester, I will never do that. Not in this universe or the next. I will not invoke Mariah Carey before December. In fact, last year at work, me and the guys actually did a Mariah Carey Deadpool. The last person to go the full month, the last person in the month to hear that song got the pot.
A lot of trust involved there.
Very much so, but then again, if someone went, yeah, I went all December and never heard it once, no one's believing that.
Yeah, then you got a load of burly blokes angrily eyeballing you on a daily basis.
Well, if you work in retail, you can't avoid it.
Almost got a job in retail once. But, never succumbed to it. And did drawing for the rest of my life. Well, a bit of teaching, but...
It pays about the same, doesn't it?
You're kidding? You get promoted.
Animation, it's a rewarding career, kid. You should totally get into it.
Actually...
Drop your jobs right now and pick up a pencil.
Well, if you get on some good studios, and work for, like, Canada or France, or some other places. The UK's got some good studios. You can get a decent pay. Places with unions and that lot. They're very professional as well. This new one I'm working for is based in Canada, and they are very professional, courteous. They're great. All around, a very decent studio.
Dukester, we could do hot stuff from the Full Monty, but if we did, Keith would have to strip, and then this entire thing would have to be, taken off air because this is for children.
Yeah. Though, no one could see because it's not got any camera activated.
Oh, curses, yes, we could have just gotten away with it then. You could have just said, yes, I'm doing it right now.
There we go.
You'll have to trust us.
Anyway, enough about my bits on the live stream. Let's talk about something else.
Yes, let's talk about Tim's bits.
Nobody's bits.
No, Tim's been doing some good bits for me recently. Yeah, we've got the new season 3 website going to be coming out soon, with artwork provided by Mr. Tim himself.
Tim Star.
Tim's bits are lovely. I've been fondling them all week.
Oh, can't take you anywhere.
I'm sorry, but this is kind of a racial thing. You know, you can't take British people anywhere without one of them going full innuendo every chance he gets.
Ah, cleanup's so boring.
Not as boring as flatting.
The colouring process, but at least it's quicker. It's quicker. They finish a scene in frame in 5 minutes instead of 20.
I remember watching Evan Stanley's one of her streams recently to find out how she did her flatting, and like all my worst fears came true. It's like, yep, you need to have very, very strong, thick line art in order to make that work. That won't work with me and my tiny micron thick lines with gaps in them to emulate pencil grain. Woe is me.
Ooh, yeah.
No, I don't think we have any Australians on the team, Slacks.
No, we don't.
It's not that I know of. I mean, I suppose we could recruit John off the forums. I mean, he's Australian. He's fantastic.
There's a famous Australian animator that has a YouTube channel called...
Oh, thank God. I thought you were about to say, but he's in jail.
But he's... Just because
he's very famous for all the wrong reasons now.
He wasn't an animator. He was an impressionist, wasn't he?
Oh, sorry, he was just a cartoonist, was it? He never never actually animated. That's right, yeah. I just remember his Toon Time thing. Was it called Toon Time?
I can't remember. But he did get a wobbly piece of paper and go wobble, 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 wobble. Which was pretty cool, I guess. No, I was talking about someone called Jazza. He's Australian.
Jazza. Is he on YouTube by any chance?
Yeah.
I think I know the guy you mean then, yes.
That's what a famous YouTuber, that's where you generally find famous YouTubers.
What, in Australia?
Yep, exactly. Down under. Let's see the chat. On Hot Stuff, Monty Python. No! Timbits. Ah! I like that. Tim's animation versus Keith's animation. We're not going to have an animation battle. So that would be fun. I had a great idea. He was trying to do pick it up, learn some bits and pieces here and there. Just
I've still not shown you my balls, have I?
No, you haven't. You must show me your bouncy balls.
One day I'll remember. Oh, please let them not have been on the cloud. I don't think they were. I should be okay.
I mean,
touch wood.
Doesn't.
I'd probably back those ones up. It's been a while since I made them. I think it definitely wasn't 2 months ago. We're fine.
I wouldn't worry about
Cartoon Club. Thank you, Slacks. That was it.
Wouldn't worry about the bouncy balls losing them. More worried about all your knothole stuff.
Speaking of knothole, yeah, we got something fun lined up. Hopefully towards the end of the new year. It's we've hired Chewy from the season 3 staff to give us a hand with something. That may not mean anything to some of you, and may mean something to some of you, but I ain't going to give anything else away. But might be attempted to do something animation-wise with that, so I may end up bugging you more towards the new year, Keith.
Sure.
Nothing huge, just like little subtle motions and whatnot. But yeah, you might get bugged by me.
No, bug away. I'll be more than happy to look at your bouncing balls.
I wish I could say it's the first time someone said that to me this week.
I won't ask.
Good, and I won't have to tell.
So, moving on.
Swiftly moving on. And now for something completely different. A man with 3 buttocks.
They're going to think the UK isn't full of people in top hats and sophistication. Oh, I heard speaking of the UK, sorry, be all British on everybody. I heard the Queen went to hospital recently.
Yes, routine stuff though. She's didn't attend the remembrance ceremony at the cenotaph either.
Oh, okay. Well, all we can do is hypothesize at this stage.
Well, in fairness, she is. What is she? She's close to 100 now, isn't she?
Yeah, she'll have to send herself a card soon.
How much would that suck? I'm still convinced maybe that's the reason why Prince Philip went when he did. He's like, I'm not having a card sent by my wife. I'm out.
Why? Oh yeah, okay, not okay. Got confused for a second there. Isn't hard. So.
Super Ted, yeah, I remember Super Ted Dukester. That's the weird thing, when they started revitalising lots of old properties, I know they went back to Danger Mouse. I'm surprised they didn't fish out stuff like, Count Duckula and Super Ted to also do along with it.
Ah, there's so much they could redo. Didn't they?
Hello, Shady Stoden. I think that's how you pronounce your name.
That's just too much out there. But don't worry, we'll force this down any producer's throats. Like, Sonic, you want Sonic? Sonic's famous, Sonic's popular, you want Sonic, much money.
Look at Hollywood. They clearly think it is.
Yep.
And look, our Sonic has teeth.
Yeah. Let's hopefully... Well, I won't say anything. Muzzle. Oh, I've just taken in a supervisor decision, and normally I ask people to really respect the rough animation, especially when it's this tight, tie down. But I'm just giving Sonic a bit of a three-dimensional muzzle, because unlike Sonic Underground, where Sonic's face was just this, our Sonic has a bit of this going on.
So sorry there, Keith.
Sorry.
I was just going to say to Derek, he would also have made a very good Lazar, Jim Carrey.
Yeah. I want to see his Robotnik evolve into a more what's his name? Long John
Baldry?
Baldry, there we go. A Long John Baldry Robotnik.
We all want to hear him yell, "Promotion!"
I'll give myself... Yeah, he's going to give himself one. Definitely. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I remember the raccoons as well, Digster, yeah. Strange series, that.
Strange noses, too. You say nope, nope, and nope. What? Did I remove the magnet tool? Oh, this conversation's run out of steam. Sorry, it's getting late for me. It's 1:30 in the morning. Got to get up early, and
Yeah, normally these streams we would have, Tim or Gloria or Megan or Chief to go, also help bounce questions off of and whatnot. Since they'd be spry and full of energy because it's the middle of the day for them, whereas it's almost midnight for us. Well, no, it is past midnight for us.
yeah.
Yeah, this stream kind of was last minute, so yeah, no one else was available. You got stuck with us, you poor people.
At least you're fueled with coffee. I'm filled
That's
with.
true, but then again, I'm always full of coffee.
I've got a giant mug here that's filled with water. It's like a giant mug. It's great. Put like half a litre in here, or no, almost a litre.
Do you know, I always found that water is probably a better way of keeping yourself awake than caffeine because it's very difficult to go to bed when you need the toilet.
Well, my whole body shuts down. Not even the toilet gets me up in the night. I sleep like a rock.
I wish I could do that. I can get woken up by a bird tweeting on the roof 2 streets away.
I could
Yeah, I've
sleep.
not had a chance to watch the DuckTales reboot. Is it any good? And I've heard good things.
I've personally seen stuff. Let's see what Lord Bookster thinks of it. But yeah, DuckTales. My son likes it. Yeah, not.
Well, if
huge
Milo
fan.
likes it, that's all the recommendations I need.
He likes quality though. He prefers. Well, he likes Pixar and some Disney films, but he prefers Miyazaki's films. And actually, I find when you got a kid, you tend to watch films 100 times over. And the American way of telling a story in cinema, in these cartoons, is very loud and very energetic, and it gets annoying watching it multiple times. But I never tire of watching Miyazaki's films because they're very slow paced and quite tranquil and so well done.
Yeah, I mean, even his action-based ones like Porco Rosso or Norska, they still have this nice sort of it has that nice smooth pacing. It doesn't rapidly accelerate and run away with you.
Yeah, or have characters shouting at you all the time. It's nice. It's nice. It's an interesting philosophy with the Japanese way of the cinema, where they can stop to smell the roses. Where in America, it's like we have to edit everything so only the story is pushed through. Anything that doesn't help the story gets edited out.
I know what you mean. I generally tend to prefer stories with a bit of a slow burn to them.
I mean, it can be done badly and just be.
Oh yeah, you can
boring.
drag it out to the point of nausea, but
Yeah, it's an art to getting it done pleasurably. I guess that's the word now.
see, I'd have a hard time watching the Danger Mouse reboot if only for the fact that, from what I understand, it's not David Jason is the voice of every character in that.
Oh,
It's this weird thing about British cartoons of that period. Nearly all of them were voiced by David Jason, Count Duckula, Danger Mouse. I'm trying to think of some others. There were.
wait, who's
I'm trying to
Danger
remember the name of the
Mouse?
studio that
It's
did
not-
the Family Ness.
Is Danger Mouse the white mouse or the black mouse?
Yes, he's the white one.
Okay, who was the black mouse? Was that based off the Beano?
Black Mouse?
Yeah, like this big buff Tom and Jerry style mouse, but instead of being brown, he was completely black,
Don't recall
apart
that
from the
one.
muzzle. And he had like a super suit on. It's like a super mouse.
Oh, you're talking about that's American Hair. I'm thinking of. Oh man, I kind of think I know the one you mean, but I'm not sure if it is. I don't have a name for it, which is bugging me.
Remember the colour red?
Greetings from Brazil, from Matthias Moraes. Apologies if I butchered that for you. And he says, your work's amazing, Keith.
Oh, thanks. Though it's not my work so much. I'm just putting the nice clean lines on. This is from someone called Jose Rosado, which I don't know if they want to say the name, but anyway, too late now. He's a beastly animator. Does such amazing action shots. We're like, we've got an action shot for you.
Thank you, Trains fan. It's Mighty Mouse you're thinking of. Yeah, he had a
Mighty
yellow
Mouse,
super
there
suit
we
on.
go.
Yeah, that's the fella. Thank you. The moment you mentioned the name, I knew exactly who you meant.
Mighty Mouse, yeah.
Pull you out before you die. Don't want to lose you.
You're married? Who's that geared towards?
I think that's directed at you. Yes, Keith is married and he has a child.
Yep. And he loves dinosaurs. He knows more dinosaurs. He knows the names of more dinosaurs now, or I mean, like a year ago, because he knew them all then, than I ever knew in my entire life. And I was big on dinosaurs as a kid. Just goes to show you how much he loves dinosaurs. But he's got the advantage of some pretty cool shows like Dino Dana. As this little girl goes on little.
Oh man, when you get
missions.
slightly older, you have to show him that it was just called Dinosaurs. If you remember that show.
He doesn't like that. Though I
Really?
guess it's too scary for him. He's a kid.
Oh bless. That's kind of sad. Like you grow up in an age of CG animation, and you suddenly like proper Jim Henson like labyrinth style puppetry scares you.
Well,
I realize it wasn't made by Jim Henson Company, but still.
yeah. Oh, wasn't it? I think it might have been dinosaurs. But no, he watched Jurassic Park at 2 years old. Don't show 2-year-olds Jurassic Park, but he loved it, and still loves it, and was not scared, strangely. But something like a character like Goofy terrifies him. Dinosaurs eating lawyers. He was more concerned about the dinosaur, the T-Rex, on stage. Oh no, is the dinosaur okay?
That'd be kind of funny to show him like the original. Oh, I'm trying to remember what it was called. Toku Tower. I'm butchering this, but the original Godzilla,
Oh.
the one with
Yeah.
the dude in a rubber suit. That'd be kind of funny.
He did want to watch the new Godzilla. I tried explaining him it's 50 minutes of people doing boring stuff and 2 minutes of dinosaur. But he wanted to watch it. And he got bored before he got to the interesting parts. When shall we end the stream? At like 2 in the morning for me, which would be your 1 in the morning.
Yeah, I'd say whenever you think you've run your course and you're about to drop off. Yeah, because these lot, I'm fairly certain will quite happily keep on watching until you drop, mate. They're hungry for Saturday AM content, aren't you?
Aren't we all? I'm still waiting for the trailer to come out. God, it's taken this season 3 lot so long. Oh, I wish I could do clean
You
up a
sound
lot
like Lee with
quicker.
Knothole. Oh, I can't wait for Knothole. Me too. Aren't you the one making it? Oh, fuck. Pardon my language there.
Oh yeah, I want to read Not Hole. Go on, I want to see one.
Yeah,
page.
me too. I want to read it as well. Who's taking so long making this? Oh.
You better be drawing now. What are you doing when this on this stream? I mean,
Mate,
yeah.
I'm keeping you entertained and drinking coffee.
You're not working on anything.
I'm working on a few things here and there. I'm kind of multitasking at the moment.
Ah, good. Don't want to just completely take up your time. Yeah, just checking. Still still animating, still showing it on the stream. It's good. Maybe I could be smarter and oops. There we go. Color changed.
It's half the fun of working multiple fan projects. You're constantly bouncing between an awful lot of different things. I recently also volunteered my services because I am terrible when it comes to background illustration. So I put myself in a position where I'm forced to get better at it by volunteering as an environment artist for Tales Armada.
Oh wow, nice. And before you continue, I just want to say that's not true. And if anyone wants to get good at art, get good. Be as
Get
humble.
good, scrub nub.
Be as humble as Nex is. He's a great artist, but still acts as if he's bottom rung.
I know exactly where I need to learn. Let's put it that way. I know where my strengths lie. I know where my weaknesses are, and I'd much rather improve on the weaknesses. And I can do backgrounds, but they are a right struggle. And sometimes I kind of it's one of those bits where you get to the end of the illustration, you're like, oh no, now I have to do the background. I'm trying to break myself out of that. It's like, no, we're gonna make you good at backgrounds. We're gonna make you good at environments to the point where you're like, yes, awesome, I get to paint this now.
It's gonna be a real tour de force.
So I figured, best way to do that is to make sure that I'm in an environment where I constantly have to make them.
That's a good place to be. Oh, you've seen how bad I am at backgrounds. Doing that other little project.
Again, he's also doing the humble thing. He is actually kind of awesome. If you ever get a chance to, he's doing this awesome... Shall I mention the Sonic 2 thing?
Nah. It's not ready yet.
He's doing a cool thing, let's put it that way. He's been showing me stuff, and it's very awesome. Good night, Slacks. Thanks for stopping by, mate.
Oh, cheers. Good night, Slacks.
Yes, Captain Nabil. We're all eagerly waiting the Sonic 2 trailer as well. Some people think it's going to drop over Christmas.
The Sonic 2 trailer?
Yeah, for the movie. Because it's been a while since they obviously announced anything, and some people are thinking they might have a teaser trailer for the holiday season. It's the best time to get people hyped because they're all glued to the TVs.
Yeah.
Is that a thing people do in this day and age anymore? Do they get glued to the TVs over Christmas? Or am I showing my age again?
What? Of course they are. And everyone sits down to listen to the Queen's speech. Yeah, we're probably showing our age. For the non-Brits, the Queen often gives a speech around Christmas time.
Do you know, I have never once actually listened to the Queen's speech. Not in my entire life. I'm sure that means I'm probably going to be tried for treason, but I have never listened to it.
Yeah,
I'll maybe flick through and just go, quickly caught the "my loyal subjects" and been like, what else is on?
That's something you don't want to admit online. They're gonna find you.
I've already done it.
They're gonna find you next.
I don't care. I came from Germany.
So did they. So did them.
Ha ha! Hanoverians.
So did them. Me, grammar good.
Ooh, him talk good. Him card read good. That's it.
Gonna be saying animations next. Oh.
Oh, sorry there, Derek. I missed your message. I just saw you've retracted it. So yeah, there's a question for you guys in the chat. As far as the second movie goes, what are you guys hoping to get out of it? What are you guys hoping to see from the movie?
Well, we know what Megan's after. Knuckles.
Well, she got it.
Yes.
For those of you not in the know, Megan, our social media manager, she is a very big Knuckles fan, and she's also a big Idris Elba fan, so she got what she wanted for Christmas.
Shady Stodin 64 says chaos. He wants to see chaos. General chaos or watery splodge monster? Chaos.
I need to finish that game.
You do.
I should probably do one of those streams.
Yes.
Might see if I can do that for next weekend and get everyone just to come and watch as I'm terrible at SA1.
It's not terrible. It just falls in the same pitfalls as everyone did when they first played.
Captain Neville hopes to see Tails' character portrayed far better than his recent game portrayals. Alas, I have not played beyond... I've played all the Genesis games, and I've played a bit of Advance 1. I am a noob.
Don't think anyone escapes being portrayed badly in the new Sonic games. I mean, Shadow was a cool character when he first came out, and then they were like... He was,
I
yeah.
remember first seeing when that guy popped up, and my first reaction was to go, oh, another one, but we've already got the robot version. Do we need a clone version?
Well, don't want to give anything away with spoilers, but...
Yeah, I know his backstory. I've obviously caught that.
Oh, okay, cool.
Like, I'm not that much of a nub. I mean, I am a complete nub, but not that much.
Yeah, he's the original Sonic. Ha ha ha. Which is good. Good. No, yeah, he was a good character. That's why everyone loved him when he came out and everyone wanted more. And then Sega was like, okay, he comes back from, whatever happens to him in the end of Sonic Adventure 2. And there's lots of clones of him. And he's a boring character now and no one likes him.
I think my problem with him stemmed more from the fact that when I first encountered him, I'd just come off of, like, a binge on Final Fantasy 7 and 8. So it's like, oh, great, another sobby emo character. That's just what we need.
Wait, this sounds like Zelda. It's Ocarina of Time music. Nintendo are going to shut this down. Let's not give them an excuse too.
This is just a recommendation for Keith, because I know you like to listen to... Do you listen to music while you work?
Not when I'm concentrating. And last week I was a beast and did loads of scenes very, very quickly. And then everyone's like, wow, you're so fast and good. I'm like, yep, I wasn't listening to music. So, but sometimes I do.
Derek would love to see The Rock as the president. See, the problem is, Derek, is the moment you think that, all I can think of is the president from, like, the OVA. And I just now really want to see The Rock, like, put on, like, 10 stone, have a twiddly mustache, and be, like, stuffed into a really poor-fitting military uniform. If you're looking for some really, really chill music to listen to while you work, I can heartily recommend the RimWorld soundtrack.
Oh, I can't
It's
listen.
really good.
Can't listen to chill while I'm working. That just puts me to sleep.
It's kind of jazzy in a way. It's like orchestral jazzy stuff. It's really good.
Oh yeah, I'd like to listen to that sometime. Definitely send it my way anyway.
Oh, sure. I'll send you a link to it. Yeah, soon, TM. How soon is soon? Well, how long is a piece of string?
I bet you there's some scientist out there that's given the answer to how long a piece of string is. Through statistics and whatnot. Averages.
Oh, is that why you want it, Deucer? Just so you can have The Rock people's elbow Robotnik through a table? I don't get me wrong, I would pay to watch that.
Probably would have to with all the prices of wrestling matches.
The funny thing is, I could see Jim Carrey totally agreeing to that.
Yeah. But I still want a villain that isn't a comedic character. I mean, you know, he's still threatening. So the president throwing him through a table, don't know. Speaking of chill music that's going to put me to sleep. It's very good, but, you know, too relaxing and nice. It's like at night time, it's a good time to play, for me, to find time to play Animal Crossing. But every time I do that, I end up falling asleep and dropping the console in the bed somewhere.
Oh no, not you as well. Oh god, people keep trying to get me on that. The problem is it's one of those games which I know I would like horribly enjoy to the point where I would just lose all track of time, and I keep trying to stop myself playing a Switch for that sole reason. And now everyone's been linking like the new patch that's come out for New Horizon. Like, the urge to buy one. It's rising again.
Though it strangely, for me, feels a bit too mobile phony, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I actually remember trying the what was it, Pocket Camp? Pocket Camp just didn't grip me.
That's probably why they made that thing, didn't they? Well, the original had this nice little calm sensation, so you could relax and play it, and it was good fun, and you could still do stuff. But the new one, I feel a bit anxious to have to do my morning routine.
Oh yeah, cow clicker stuff.
Yeah,
I think that's what they call it.
Cow clicker stuff, yeah.
Unfortunately, I grew up with MMOs where it was like, oh, time to go do my daily quests. So it's like, that's kind of an annoying second nature to me. I think my issue with Pocket Camp wasn't as micromanagey as I had hoped. Like, I was kind of going and hoping it would be like a colony sim, and there was like, it's not. That's a shame. But I think I was probably expecting too much from a mobile game.
Yeah. Especially Nintendo, like the year before, was saying, no, we're never going to make mobile games ever.
I mean, technically speaking, they've got like the Sonic games on the mobiles, and like Nintendo's publishing them, aren't they?
They are?
Well, they've been publishing some of them, haven't they?
I don't know.
Or am I imagining things? I'm probably getting things mixed up. It's almost 1 a.m. here. My brain doesn't work.
Oh, you might be right. Though, if Sega does do anything nowadays, it's publish games. So I don't know why they would have Nintendo publish.
I don't know why I thought that. It was probably because there was a couple of. It was because Unleashed was on one of the. It was on Switch or something. Not the Switch. Sorry, the Wii U. I was like, oh, it's Nintendo publishing Sonic games now. Oh, I guess Mario won that war. You know.
He won the war. Poor Sega.
We'll wait until the film comes out, and then we'll see who wins. Come on, let's hear Chris Pratt as Mario.
Oh, God. Yeah. Sorry for the clinky sounds on my computer. Angel Island never fails at bringing nostalgia to me.
Oh, Dukes, don't even get me started on that. I actually picked up... I'm a huge fan of Sonic 3. It was like one of my first game obsessions. the point where I thought, oh, I'll grab the iOS copy, seeing as how it's mobile, it's compatible with a Bluetooth gamepad. I can just play it in bed. They managed to bugger that up. Like, how do you do that?
Well,
Number 1, advertising. Number 2, advertising. Number 3, more advertising.
oh really? Wow, fun.
It's just advert. It's an advert apocalypse in there. There's like no option to just buy the game outright. It's like, no, it's free, but we are going to shove adverts down your throat at every available opportunity to the point where it even disrupts the gameplay.
Oh,
Like, it takes a special kind of stupid to like mess that up.
yeah. And then there's Nintendo going, oh, yet another emulated old million-year-old game. Pay $20 for it. No, I'm kidding. How much do they have to pay? Like $10 for it? The emulated version of an old game of theirs?
Oh yeah. On an online subscription service type deal, yeah.
Yeah. After you just bought it for the Wii U and the Wii.
Well, I have fallen into that trap myself with Final Fantasy IX. My fave game of all time. I own it on PlayStation 1. I own it on Steam. I bought the iOS version of it as well. iOS's recent update actually broke it to the point where you can't even launch it, and Square Enix's response was just to go, take it off the store. Can't buy it anymore. What about those people who already bought it? It's their problem.
Yeah, I got it on Switch, if that helps. So you should get a Switch.
Stop it! I will. That's the problem. And then I won't get any work done.
It's not a game for me, though. I mean, I wouldn't get past the skipping game until I skipped 100 times. I had to complete that. I thought, I'm never going to complete this game.
That, yes, I've done the skipping challenge. Funnily enough, it's more difficult on the HD remake. I find something about like the timing's just slightly off. But yeah, I've done that. I've done the sword dance, trying to get the piece of pumice. I have completed the Excalibur challenge to try and get Excalibur 2 for Steiner. Done that. It's probably one of the hardest ones I've done. I've killed Ozma.
See, it didn't get that far. Just did the sword dance because I had to get that right.
Display.
Hey, I don't have that much time to. I used to. That's why I'm used to doing all these unimportant side quests.
I've platinumed it. Get on my level, bro.
Why did you become Welsh?
Because I'm really bad at doing other accents. What drawing tools do you guys use for your animation? That's to ask for Keith.
Well, since I like getting top of the range stuff, I forked out a load of money for a piece of technology and an expensive digital pen just so I can emulate a piece of paper and pencil.
I kind of feel attacked by that.
Yes, you should do.
Because that's literally what I did. Oh yeah, let's spend over £1,000 on an iPad Pro and the Apple II Pencil, and now I'm spending all my time trying to find a brush that emulates the grain of a pencil.
To answer the question, I'm using a Surface Book 2 and a Bluetooth keyboard to do my shortcuts. And I'm cursing every day because of it.
Every day I'm grumbling.
What about you, Nex? What's your setup?
Well, I don't animate. Well, not very well.
To doodle.
With the exception of the hideously overpriced Apple tech, which I probably don't need. All I really use is an ancient copy of Photoshop CS2, which is freeware. You can just go online and just download it whenever you want. And that's about it. Oh, and Procreate on the iPad. That's basically it. So I'll do most of my illustrating and stuff on the iPad, and when it comes to doing the main bulk of the colouring, I'll switch across to Photoshop because I find the brushes have more options on Photoshop than they do in Procreate for the moment. They tend to mimic like painterly feel just a little bit better. Yeah, it's all like either overpriced or out of date and free.
Oh yeah. At the moment, program-wise, Adobe Animate because of a subscription I'm keeping because my new job requires it. And I like Animate. Let's see. Oh, I need to catch up on the chat. Let's see.
Not that kind of Procreate arson.
Yeah, yeah, interesting name for a product.
Oh yeah, we've had that meme going for a while now. Everyone's saying whenever they posted up anything with Procreate online, they're going, "I'm procreating."
Yeah. Oh, well, it's become unironic now. No, it's not unironic. It's non-sarcastic. People actually say it.
Yeah, which just makes it even more entertaining.
Yeah, I'm procreating. Oh God, we don't want to know.
I wish to learn more.
You would.
Tell me more.
You northerner. Don't know why that has anything to do, but you know, northerners.
Well, it's probably because we're all deviants. Or so I've been told. Yeah, it's a question for you guys. When you were starting out with the animation side of things, how did you guys decide how thick you were going to make the line art for the characters? Did you like try and look at the cells and then try and match the thickness of a brush to a blown up something blown up, or did you just try and dial it into that just looked good by eye?
A little of column A and a little column B. Got some cells and I drew over for the line thickness, and then kind of got that into my system, and then I made a couple of scenes and did it by eye to what looked good, and then took a load of those frames from when the character's up close to the camera, about a middle distance and far away for Sonic and Sally, and made little cleanup guides to show people the line thickness depending on how close the camera is to character.
Well, Sylvian, if you think about it, the trailer's going to be made up of scenes from the episode, so technically they're also animating the episode. And Arston, I kind of had that with my family back when I first started out. My mum used to tell people, "Oh, he colours in professionally." And I just went along with it. So it's like everyone's like, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" "I colour in."
Sketchbook, crayon. Sorry, Arson says something pretty funny back to the whole programs people using. Not now, Mum. I'm in the middle of procreating.
That's what spurned the whole. I used to say, "I colour in." You're not quite procreating, but yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a different line of work.
Well, would you look pleased if all your lines weren't fully connected and smoothed out, Luigi? I mean, I'd be pretty peeved if I looked like that right now as well.
You criticizing my art.
No, I'm criticising your cleanup.
I'll have you know, cleanup's also considered art.
Insert the Chasing Amy quote about tracing here. Anyone who's not in the know about that one, go on YouTube and type in "Chasing Amy Tracing." It's a fantastic scene.
I'm not in the know, apparently.
The whole shtick is it's a dude at a comic book convention, and he's gone over to the table where the artists of a comic book are kind of like giving out, they're doing examples and signing. And he goes over to where the inker's working. He's like, "So you draw this or something?" He's like, No. He draws it. I'm the inker." And he goes like, "Oh, so you trace?" Like, no, not quite. I give the characters depth. I give the line weight, more contrast. I bring the image out. Only once the inking has been done is the image fully complete. And the other guy's like, No. You go over what he does with a pen. That's tracing. And the whole argument just descends from that.
That's great. I would have gone along with it. And was like, yeah, I trace.
Your mother's a tracer. The sad thing about that film is not one of Kevin Smith's best, but the opening bit at the comic convention with the whole tracing thing and the Star Wars. Star Wars was a white supremacist fantasy. That whole scene is just gold.
Which film's this?
Chasing Amy. Most of the rest of the films, it's a rom-com type thing with nerd humor. But I wouldn't recommend watching the whole film, but I'd definitely recommend watching the first maybe 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah, I like his stuff. Never heard of that one though. Only seen...
Came after Mallrats.
Okay, I'm interested.
Came after Mallrats just before Dogma.
Gotcha. Okay, it's an old one. There's another one of his that's quite. It's got my.
Clerks?
No, not Clerks. There's the one where this guy gets turned into a walrus called Tusks.
Oh, no, not Freaks. Meet the Feebles. Meet the Feebles? No, that was.
No, Tusks. It's called Tusks, isn't it?
I was going to say Meet the Feebles was. I forgot his name. Did Lord of the Rings.
Peter Jackson.
Thank you. That was Meet the Feebles.
Yes. Wait, Meet the Feebles. Is that
had Keanu Reeves as
Ghosts? Was that the one in the house with the ghosts?
Oh, that's a mean thing to say, Manisha. I liked Kevin Smith better before his heart decided he wanted to live.
Jeez.
Oh, mean.
Is Sonic getting sucked into the void here? You'll have to find out.
Tune in next week. Tune in next week on Sonic Sat AM. Play me off, Johnny. Tune in next week for the adventures of Blue Hedgehog Man.
Keep going. I'm enjoying this.
Oh no, that's a bad thing. If he's enjoying it, it means he won't stop.
And you've got to get some sleep. Oh, the eyes. The eyes. I'll go over them later. Make them...
The eyes have it. Oh no, you started. You do it now.
No. Gonna increase the thickness. That's what you do when they close lids. That line becomes a double thick line.
I believe his current controversy, Arson, is people felt he did bait and switch with regards to He-Man Revelations. There's an awful lot more kerfuffle about, he apparently called out people for lying when they were telling the truth and other stuff like that, but that's an awful lot of drama. You can go look up on yourself. But yeah, it basically revolves around He-Man Revelations.
Wondering why I divided that into 2 lines instead of 1 and bent it. Oh well. It's late. I'm not thinking straight.
That's the best time to animate.
It isn't.
You do realise we have just invented our own version of the Late Show.
What?
Talking rubbish while you animate. It's the Annihilate Show.
I
Sing.
I'd prefer not the 9 o'clock news style, but
Man, that is the show that is so locked in time, but is so genius that I just feel sorry that future generations won't actually be able to appreciate it that much.
that is true. But at least I can say Scorchio over here.
Well, that's not 9 o'clock news. That's
Isn't it? The
Fast
weather.
Show. That's the Fast Show.
Was that the first show?
Yeah, not 9 o'clock news. The one was the
Oh,
one with
Rowan Atkinson. Yeah, I thought that was. Oh, okay, sorry. Well, they had
The
skits.
one that's like purely locked in the 1980s. You know, with jokes about Margaret Thatcher and stuff like that.
Oh, I'm getting my British TV mixed up.
How dare you?
No, I'm the one who should be giving my citizenship back, or whatever the term is.
Oh, don't worry. You don't have to give it back. People will come and take it from you. By force.
I've already lost the ability to vote, so.
Really? You've
Oh,
been
yeah.
over in Italy for that long?
No, not in Italy. I was in I was in Spain, away from the UK for, I don't know, was it over 10 years? And they're like, yeah, you can't vote. I was trying to vote for the referendum. Like, nah. You overseas lot, nah, you can't vote. What do you mean it's in your interest? Nah.
What do you mean it's in your interest? Well, you're not in the country, are you? Yeah, but I want to watch and laugh at the TV. It's in my interest.
What do you mean you got a pension? Nope, sorry.
Not anymore, you don't.
Ah. Politics. Or pile of ticks. Blood sucking. Anyway. Who's Dame Edna?
Dame Edna, you know Dame Edna. Big pink wig, huge glasses. She's like
that
she's
rings
like a
a bell,
pantomime
actually.
dame on British TV.
That rings a bell, actually.
She usually wears like a big purple or pink wig.
Yeah, I think I've got a.
Sequins everywhere.
What does she
huge,
do, though?
Rimmed spectacles.
Yep. I think I know who she is. But only from appearance. Don't think I watched anything she ever did.
She mostly just does hosting.
Presented
as
in.
far as I know.
Noel Edmonds. No, I'm kidding. Ah, that's old. I mean, we're talking about mandates in the chat now, but are mandates
Did
really
someone
that
say
bad?
mandates?
Haha.
I can't
Join
post
the
the image, so
Discord.
you just have to hear me. You just have to listen to me say it.
We're,
Doesn't
we're,
work as well, but hey.
we're all imagining it. They're not that bad, really. I mean, who wouldn't have mandates for their intellectual property? I mean, imagine you create a character and you're like, there we go. I like this
That's
character.
the funny thing about mandates is people think that, well, some people talk about them the way, like they're written on stone tablets. They're just guidelines, you know.
Please don't have our kid that's, our creation that's, our character that's aimed at children smoking and doing hard drugs.
Pretty much, it's like it's a global brand, it's a recognized brand. You don't want to confuse consumers in other parts of the world by having it portrayed in a different way. You know, it might put something. Funnily enough, I remember making this point to someone once. Some people didn't like the way the movie Sonic was portrayed, the way the character acted. They felt he wasn't, as cool or as edgy enough. He was a bit too tender in some regards. So some people really dislike that. And technically, you could look at that as going against the mandates, but that's the kind of thing that happens. You decide to take things a slightly different way, in a different direction, and audiences become confused. It's usually why they have those rules in place. To make sure they can just keep making money off the damn thing and milk it to death. It would be like, having Mickey Mouse suddenly, I don't know, quoting Proust.
It's funny you use Mickey Mouse as an example. Disney didn't even know what to do with him for a while. They were trying some really weird directions. Like, there was this. It was pretty cool, but it was definitely not something you'd connect to Mickey Mouse, called Neo Mickey. Don't know if
Oh,
you
and there
saw
was that
that.
whole thing with the Looney Tunes. What they had, they called them lunatics and tried
Oh
to make
yeah,
them
lunatics.
edges all get out, and it was a superhero team or something daft like that. Yeah.
Accent on the A, lunatics. So it doesn't sound like mentally unstable.
Loads of Zs on it.
Yes, because that was the early 2000s.
There's a good example of why mandates exist.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, loads of things have mandates these days. I mean, heck, even not all has mandates. We've got one that we set aside for ourselves. Every character's only allowed 2 items of clothing. So you have to pick what you want to use them for. We base it entirely off of Sonic. He's got shoes and gloves. So in order to make all the other characters feel cohesive, you give them 2 items. Doesn't include accessories. So you can have headphones or whatever, but 2 items.
I was going to say,
That
Techno.
being said, Roach was the only character thus far that violates that, but still. It just makes the world feel a bit more cohesive when everyone's following like one set of rules.
Also stops poor Nex going and getting scripts where this character's wearing a top hat, this, that, and the other. Next, go draw it.
Funnily enough, whenever we do have to have a character in there that isn't originally in Saturday, they're always just background characters. So don't fret, we're throwing OCs in there or anything. But it's usually stuff like we need a character, so we'll quickly just draft up an idea of what the character might look like. So it's like a species, the personality of the character, and then we just pick 2 items of clothing. So it's like, okay, do we want this character wearing boots? Nah, not bother with boots. We've got loads of booty characters. Okay, let's give them
lots of booty characters
a
today.
tank top and a hat.
That sounds like a good way to do things. Yeah.
And then once we've got a little character design, that's when we put it into a scene.
Nice. Rules are your friend.
And if we need lots of characters, what we do is we go to fan creators and ask if we can pillage theirs. It's like usually stuff like, yeah, we need to fill up a prison. Can we throw your OC in a prison cell? We brutally mishandle your OC. You might get roboticized, you might not.
Who's
Is that cool? Do you want to
Patreon
see yourself as a mindless shambling creature? You cool with that, yeah?
So when's the Kickstarter and are these reward tiers?
Oh, no. We're not doing any form of like Patreon monetization, Kickstarter models. No. Staying away from that entire rat's nest.
Yeah.
Not all's entirely free for people. We're not gonna charge people for content.
Smart move. Sadly, animation costs money. So we need a lot of manpower. And mandate.
You heard him, folks. They need an awful lot of manpower, so get that mandating happening. They need more men.
And women. Women power too.
And other kins. They'll leave them out. And
We just need power
and every
in
other
general.
demographic in between. If you've got arms, legs, or heck, if you can happen to hold a pencil or stylus in your mouth, we'll take you. Providing you can do it well.
Any sort of power.
Actually, no, I was about to say providing you're alive, but we'll take some AIs as well if they're any good.
Hell, we'll take AIs over people.
Yeah, they don't get tired.
Yep, they don't ask for money either.
Yeah, but they want electricity, the needy little whiners.
Yeah, but yeah. So NFTs. Shall I finish this frame off and call it quits?
Well, it's entirely up to you. I mean, I can talk nonsense until the sun comes up. It's entirely you're the one doing the work.
Well, it's just a whole
Christy
statement.
Coon likes season 2 Sally and her comic book form. Well, you're in luck, Christy, because that's the one we're using for. Well, the season 2 one is the one they're using for the show.
Oh yeah, we had a discussion on boots the other day.
Oh yeah, that came up with Tim, didn't it? Because he was redrawing the model sheets.
Yep. And after much debate, well, not that much debate, a bit of debate, we thought it'd be a good idea to kind of combine the boots. Kind of.
For the longest time, I honestly thought the boots never changed.
Yeah, I never noticed it, to be honest. But shh, don't tell anyone else that.
Oh, such a fake fan.
But yeah, they've got a more what's the word? Aerodynamic look in season 2 because I guess they're easier to animate as tubes. Whereas
an aerodynamic look, it makes it easier for her to throw them at people.
These boots were made for
Streamline,
throwing.
maybe.
Streamline, there we go. That's the word I was looking for.
That's
It's late.
what they'll do. One of these days, these boots will smack you in the head too.
Clonk. Yeah, so we kind of decided go for the very simplified design if the character's doing some sort of action. But if the character's standing still or just sitting down and not moving their legs, go for the more complicated design and have the creases in, since it just won't take that long to draw all those extra creases. It's just
Is it the creases where the foot connects to the ankle? Is that where the creases are? Or do you mean like in the length of the boot?
Where the foot connects to the ankle, but there's also like a little bit at the top and some odd shapes. Just becomes a bit more finicky to animate, and especially there's a thing about animation where design, if an extra line may not sound like it takes a long time to draw, but you multiply that by 100,000 and it becomes a substantial number. It's like,
oh, happy birthday there, Christy Coon. Don't listen to him. It's not downhill from there. You've still got a heck of a lot more to go. Trust me. You got loads to go before it starts going downhill. Let me put it this way: when you start waking up and bits of you start clicking, then you can start thinking, "Oh, things are going downhill."
I think she was happy turning 33, but now I think you've put off the idea.
I've never understood those people who've been like, "Oh no, I'm turning 30 next week. My life is over." You think they have that thing from Logan's Run, the pearl in the palm of their hand that's blinking red.
Don't know the reference, but I get you.
The fun thing is I can make loads of these references and people still can't guess my age because I came across from mainland Europe and Germany, and Dad was in the forces, and most of the entertainment we got was like hand-me-downs from obviously the UK, which were like years out of date. So as a kid, I was watching stuff from the 70s thinking it was current.
Nice. 70s has a lot of good films.
Oh yeah, I remember growing up on stuff like Allo Allo,
Oh, and good TV too. But
very much so.
cinema was pretty. It reached a pretty high point in the 70s too.
Oh, Arson, you get that just by being an illustrator and artist. You're doing something right as an illustrator when you straighten up and your spine makes the sound of someone stepping on a bag of chips.
You say chips, you don't say crisps.
I have to. Most of our audience is American.
True. Oh, I did.
I mean, to you, that sounds even worse. If your spine starts making the sound like a soggy bag of chips being stepped on. Like, why is your spine making that noise? Everyone else's goes crunch.
Squelch. Oh. Fun. Well, I'm going to. Yeah, I've decided I might as well finish up on this frame, get it done, because I. Not that I mind waking up early, it's that I'm afraid I might sleep in and I've got to get my son up. And he's a heavier sleeper than I am for school.
Oh, of course, it's Monday, isn't it? Whenever we do these streams, it's normally on a Saturday, so like my brain still thinks it's Saturday.
I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Oh man, that just means I'm behind in my work again. What a shame. And then again, I've been behind on my work since I wiped the cloud. Wah wah.
Does anyone know how to hack Apple and get Nex's drawings back?
Nah, we just got to wait on the techs over at Apple. You know, they're the only ones. It's all going to be done cloud side, so you know only they really can look at it. It's just the waiting game, but until then, you know, plan for the worst, hope for the best.
Yeah.
Nah, Monisha, life doesn't get worse. Life gets worse when you decide to make it worse, you know. If you decide to be a bit more optimistic, you'll find opportunities and things to... You'll find things that are awesome around every nook and cranny.
Yeah, it's just more responsibility each year.
Yeah.
Which
and eventually
could be
they'll just
seen as
become
getting
second
worse.
nature to you. You know.
But yeah.
You know, instead of waking up and realizing, oh no, I've got to go to school, you wake up and realize, oh no, I've got to pay my taxes.
That's not helping get
That's not helping
survival.
the situation at all. Yeah, but look at the bright side. You don't have to pay your taxes once a year, you know. You have to go to school every day. Well, with the exception of weekends.
I have to pay my taxes like 4 times a year. Okay, that's that frame done. Let's see what we've got.
Well, isn't that seasonal though, Arsene? Because otherwise, you know, once the season ends, you don't know what day it is anymore. Ah, Monisha. 39 is the new... 39 is like the new 29. 40 is the new 30. And so on and so forth.
Oh,
Dead is the new living.
can we just appreciate that smear frame?
I'm just appreciating the entire thing, the entire motion in its entirety.
Oh yeah.
The smear frame kind of reminds me of the one I've seen from was it Sonic Boom when he's playing the guitar?
Maybe.
Kind of reminds me of that one, just because I mean I've seen it like posted so many times because people love to meme the smear frames. It reminds me of that one. Yeah, the motion's so good.
We got some good artists on our team. So happy to have them. Okay, well, that's it. I'm gonna head off now.
Leave it on that smear frame. That's just glorious. In fact, make that smear frame the thumbnail if you can.
Oh, we wouldn't know how to do that.
That's glorious. I need that as an avatar. Actually, colour it. I'll make it a season 3. I'll make it a season 3 Discord emote.
I'll export the PNG and send it to you. Oh, thanks for joining us, everybody. It was a
thanks for listening to the rambling. It was a bit improv. Normally we're a little bit more focused than this, so hopefully next month we'll have a proper stream ready for you, since it's going to be our last stream of the year. Well, we might do another one, but you know, lead up to Christmas, so hopefully we'll have something special for you for next time. Hopefully we'll get Gloria and Tim, and maybe get Chief and Hey, maybe we'll steal Eric. Maybe we'll steal some of the voice actors. Maybe we'll finally steal the musician Chewie for you.
You gave something away that you mentioned earlier,
I didn't say nothing.
But yes. Oh, sorry, someone made a question. Can you copy and paste it again?
Derek?
Suenica?
Oh, not Derek.
So
I just saw it's redacted.
If you have a question and you want answering.
Suencia. I cannot pronounce that for life of me. Suencia. Sonic, is that reply to you guys too? If you guys using Patreon for money for your season 3 project, did Sega employees say anything to you guys about it? No, we've not been approached by anyone from Sega saying we can't. They did. I think it was their community manager Emily. When I think it was a Sonic fan game that was monetizing itself, they came out and said that they would review those kinds of thing on a like a project by project basis, and if they found anything that was worrying them, they would obviously take steps to stop that kind of stuff. But no, we haven't had any interaction like that.
Well, I think before I joined, they did ask a Sega of Europe if it was alright, and they seemed cool with the thing as long as none of the money goes into our pockets. It's all just for the production of this episode, which is
every
totally
penny that
fine.
goes from the Patreon goes into paying the staff.
Yeah, that's paying. Well, not the main guys like me, Tim, just for the production. So this scene, I'm not actually getting paid. I'm just helping it along, so we can pay an animator to get it done.
Stuff like the background painter, like Sienna, she gets compensated. The cleanup artists, they get compensated and whatnot.
Yeah, definitely. The backgrounds, the animation, the cleanup, all that gets compensated. Just supervision work
interesting
doesn't.
Fact for you: the missing out of the T in British is actually called the glottal stop. There's a fun fact for you.
Glottal stop.
Yeah. So when you talk to someone from London, they're constantly missing out their T's, saying like in it. That's called the glottal stop. It's very much a southern thing. They don't do it so much in the north.
Southern, by southern you mean London, because I certainly do say my T's British.
Well, that's it, isn't it? It's the people who speak proper English, Queen's English.
Yes. With a stiff upper lip.
Ian Flynn would be proud of the project. Yes. I would bet at least 50 pence that he's probably following us. Not in an official capacity, because he's not allowed to use that kind of
that much, eh? Suenica. Okay, Suenica. What was the question in the end? Did you get the question next?
I'm scrolling up, trying to see if I can find it.
She said, you didn't ask my question. I think it meant answer. But
Who asked that?
Suenica.
Suenica. Was it with regards to the funding? Because that was a question that was asked.
Oh, okay, then it's been answered. Right, you can officially end this stream then.
Jolly good. Well, thanks very much for coming out, guys, for such an impromptu thing.
Yeah. Nighty night.
Keep on watching the Twitter. Keep on supporting us on the Patreon. We can only make it with the support of fans like you.
Bye-byes, everyone. Cheers.
You guys take care. See you all next time.